live from the J.C. Newman Cigar Studio in Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome to the Smokin Tabacco Show with your hosts, Matt Tobacco and Smokin Nicole.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special edition of the Smokin Tabacco Show. My name is Matt Tobacco from SmokinTabacco.com, and I am flying solo once again, as many of you might already know. Nicole is sidelined right now with our future child, so she's sitting this one out. The regular scheduled programming will return tomorrow on its new nights, Wednesday. We start Wednesday nights tomorrow. And I'll be joined by none other than Smokin Tobacco's own Mitchell Santaga. And we have a great show planned for you guys tomorrow, but enough about that. Tonight, we're here to talk about the Great Smoke. It's Great Smoke 2023. Last year, Nicole and myself, we went to our first in-person Great Smoke, and that was one hell of a time. So, once again, Smoke Inn is back with their very big, famous event. And some of the boys are here tonight to talk to us about it, as well as Bradley Rubin will be here to talk about the next TGS limited release that debuts tomorrow night. So, without further ado, let's bring the boys on here. Sorry, one second. Let's move this over. There we go. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Smokin Tabacco Show.
What's up?
Abe's looking like he's had a long day, and he's got a very tall drink right in front of him.
Long days and tall drinks. Listen, I just want to start by saying that intro music is rocking. I'm ready for like I'm ready to walk down to the ring for a WWE main event.
I mean, KMA's is pretty rocking too. I mean,
that's rocking. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to put somebody in a figure 4 leg lock.
I can't take any credit for it. Carney actually made that intro video and found the song.
Never mind. It sucks.
Oh man. Well, but I still like the compliment though. It does rock, right?
No,
we have a very separate one for the Spare Note show too. It's badass. But no, yeah, you guys are here. This is your show tonight. This is we're talking Great Smoke once again. It feels like this is the third time we've done this, I think, but nevertheless, I like having you guys on every year to talk about Great Smoke. We got to go to our first Great Smoke last year and actually see it and live it, feel it, and it was badass. It was great. Such an amazing event. And for anyone who hasn't been, listen, I know these guys are trying to sell you on tickets, but I'll tell you, because I don't get paid to tell you, you should go to that event and buy the tickets because it is awesome. And it's an experience you'll never forget. So I will let you guys take over now and say what you want to say, but I hyped you up, Alex. And you got the ring walk and you had the hype. Now this is it. This is your wrestling ring.
Well, we're here to answer whatever questions we can. I mean, obviously the pandemic changed the Great Smoke forever. We opted to do a, groundbreaking virtual broadcast in 2021, and it was so well received that we got inundated with emails to continue to do it virtually. So last year in 2022 was the first year we did it both virtually and live, which made it way more complex of an event. And it's just a way. Look, we got so many emails that said, listen, we don't live anywhere near where any one of these mega vendor events happen, and we can't take off time work, so please continue to do it. And we found a way to do it, and thank God we've been blessed with a great team with Michael Herklotz, Kim Keeney, and Paul DeGracco as your virtual hosts that try to make everyone at home who can't make it down feel like they're actually there. And last year they killed it, and I'm expecting even better this year. It's one of these things where when you reformulate something, just the groove gets better and better. And they had you guys, we do this live. There's no rehearsal. There's no
mistakes.
Planning. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing to go over. I mean, they show up, they follow a program, they got a director. We all got earpieces, and he's directing us, and it's all going live. And they had such great flow last year. So even if you can't make it down in person, which I highly suggest, and after this year, Matt will be able to tell you the difference between being there live and virtual. We will bring it to your home. Get some friends together, go to your man cave, put a watch party together. It really is a wonderful event to bond with cigar people really all over the world at the same time.
That's very true, and treat it like, for those who are doing the virtual, treat it like Super Bowl Sunday. Get your buddies together. You get that big pack coming. Even if you only get one ticket and you get the one pack, there's a lot of good cigars in there. That's a big pack of cigars that you get. You and your buddies can rip through them. Or you get multiple tickets and you get even more cigars. That's great. But
The package here, the package this year, as far as branded themed swag, is probably our best one ever. There's a lot of very cool. This year it's Mardi Gras Madness. There's a lot of very cool stuff. There's 32 premium cigars. Alex and I literally been working for the last week. The paperwork. I've been hunting down manufacturers to finalize
let me
and
pull this up.
confirm, and there've been some last minute changes. Yeah, here's the package again. I mean, it's a bar key bottle opener, shot glass, great hat, ashtray, lighter, cutter, a few event bags, and 32. And there's a boost pack, I believe, even in this package. It's not even photographed. And
There's a what?
30 a boost 2-way humidity pack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, something to help keep your cigars fresh if you're out of room. Throw it in a Tupperware with a boost pack, you're good to go. And 32 premium cigars. Now, the full companies are listed on the website who are involved in the Great Smoke this year, but the exact brands should be up sometime tomorrow. So we finally finalized all the exact selections that are coming in the package. Those virtual packages will ship out. What was that, Alex?
It's no easy task.
No. And mind you, these forms were filled out in August of last year, and I cannot tell you how many audibles are going on right now. But virtual packages will ship out like the first week of March, so everybody will have their stuff before the event day. And if you're coming down live, you'll get your packages live. Probably, I've done my research. I've traveled the country, done a lot of cigar events. There's a couple still I really need to get to. But I could confidently say it's probably production-wise, event-wise, experience-wise, probably easily the best cigar event you could go to in the country.
What cigar events have you not been to? I feel like...
You know what? I feel bad even bringing it up, but I've bought tickets and booked the Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival twice and have been unable to make it out there. So maybe 2023 will be the year.
I have not been to that one myself, but I was thinking to myself when you said that, I'm like, what events have you not been to? I feel like you've probably been to
one that I hear a lot about, and I really want to go because it's, for us it's a learning experience. I mean, we go, we have fun, but we look, we see, hey, that's kind of a good idea, and we say, hey, wow, that's a bad idea. Let's make sure we never do that. But yeah, we go and we check them out, and that's just one on my bucket list I need to get to still.
Yeah, me as well. I'm right there with you on that. I have not been to Rocky Mountain yet, so that's on my list as well. We have a video. Do you want me to play the video of the whole Great Smoke ad video, or do you want me to wait and just do the other one for when Bradley comes on?
Well, you know what? Let's shoot that one out now, and we can put the other one up while Bradley's on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that way I can explain what the special event releases are for anybody. When you're doing an event like this, especially that keeps growing every year. I mean, it's growing enormously this year. There's always people who kind of hear about it and sign up, but they really don't understand it. That's kind of why Alex and I are coming on these shows to kind of answer questions and help people out along the way. But why don't you go ahead and run the full event video, give them a little better idea? Because if you're coming to this event, it's not just a one-day thing. I mean, it literally starts Thursday night, and there's a plethora of stuff to do for the whole weekend starting on Thursday night. So why don't you go ahead and cue that up, Matt?
All right, here we go.
Honest Dave here from Smokin Cigars. It is that time of year again, the Great Smoke 2023 Mardi Gras Madness. Whether you're coming down live or going to be enjoying the event from the comfort of your own home, your ticket price includes this epic package. It's one of our greatest Great Smoke packages in the history of this event. Over $400 worth of product and great swag for the low cost of $165. Do not hesitate. Tickets are selling this year faster than ever. Go to www.thegreatsmoke.com and get your live general admission ticket, your virtual ticket if you're going to enjoy it from home, and tickets for either the dinner or the brunch. Epic time. We can't wait to see you all there. The Great Smoke 2023. Mardi Gras Madness.
Even the production value on those videos are badass.
Thank you. Who had the epic cough during the program?
Me, I took some water and it went down the wrong way, and I forgot that I wasn't muted during the video, and I was like, shit, I fucking lost it. Damn. It's okay. I'm good now. I'm not dead. But no, that's an awesome video. We were talking about that before the show. You guys, even with you have the live event, which the production quality is second to none for cigar-related events. And but even your promos, I mean, man, you guys really, like, I just have to say, as someone who's been there, I've done the virtual, I've been to the event. You guys really do. It's a lot of work. It's not easy to do all of those little things and execute them as flawlessly as you guys do. And I'm sure, Abe, I know you're a perfectionist. I know that there's a lot of things every year that you're like, oh man, I wish that was better or whatever. But I'll tell you, on the outside, it looks amazing. And right before the video started, you did touch on, I mean, it's not even just Saturday. I mean, it's Thursday night's the first event, and then you got Friday, and then you got Friday night, Saturday night, you got the brunch on Sunday. So it's a long weekend.
Thursday night, we're kicking off with Jonathan Drew and the folks at Drew Estate here at our headquarters in Boynton Beach. Should be epic as always. Drew Estate comes strong. Jonathan being here should make it over the top. Friday night, we have the man himself, Steve Saka, hosting an event here at our headquarters, and we have the face of the virtual TGS, brand owner Michael Herklotz of Ferio Tego Cigars, hosting actually our Red Meat Lovers Club dinner. He's made a very special cigar for those attendees. Everybody who comes to that dinner will get one. It's a TGS exclusive. And that's Friday. Saturday, we have the main. Saturday morning, first time ever. I called it last year. Tailgate party. It has begun. You watch how stupid this tailgate party is going to become in the next 2 or 3 years. Last year was one person. Last year was a sole tailgater. I'll venture to say there'll probably be over 100 people this year I'll venture to say there'll be over 100 people tailgating. It's a free event. All our events during the week are free except the dinner, the main event, and the brunch. So I think they're gonna have a keg of beer, some donuts. Eric Espinosa is gonna be there. He made a special tailgate cigar for the first 100 people who show up at that event.
Damn.
So that's gonna be Saturday morning. Then we have the main event. Saturday night, there's 2 parties. Here at our headquarters, we got none other than the psychopath himself, Matt Booth, will be here.
Good luck.
Yes. Matt will be here. We'll have a Room 101 event here at our headquarters. There's an after party at a local club here in town if people want to go there. And then we cap it all off with a Sunday brunch. It's hosted by Terrence Riley this year of Aganorsa. So after it's all said and done, we'll be validating Sunday morning.
Is Matt part of the Spearmint Rhino thing? Is that his thing?
No, Matt's here. He's going to be here.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was going to say.
I don't know if that would even be containable.
Yeah, Spearmint Rhino throws a party every year for people who want to go right after the Great Smoke because there's a couple hours between when our event starts and when the Matt Booth event starts.
Oh, okay.
So if you show your lanyard from the Great Smoke, you get in free admission. You can party there for a couple hours and head over to headquarters if you want. Hang out with Matt Booth and Room 101 Cigars.
So basically what I just heard is that there is no excuse why you shouldn't be partying this whole weekend. There should be no downtime.
I mean,
there is no downtime. There is no downtime. And even like, Thursday night is the kickoff party. Friday night is the dinner and the event here. But throughout the day, I mean, this place will be packed by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday, people here ready to go. It's become way more than just a Saturday event. I mean, it's a 4-day festival at this point.
It's a festival. Festival is a great word. It's literally a cigar festival more than it is an event.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is more of a festival because it's not one day. I mean, yeah, the Great Smoke party event itself is on one portion of one of the days, but it's more than just that one thing. There's all these other things. It really is. It's like a festival. So it's like one of those. It's like a music festival. It's multi-day. There's different things going on. All your favorites are there. I mean, it's very unique. It's very special.
It's been dubbed the family reunion, which I love. A lot of the regulars have been here year after year, and they're starting to call our event basically an annual family reunion, which really is just a testament to the event itself. I love the fact they do that. We have a socialite group, Smokin does. It's a private Facebook group. It's easy to join. Just answer like 3 questions. Um, and the bonds that have been formed in this group and the friendships and the awesome support that we get from them is ridiculous. So one of the cool things that we thought about, and you know what? I was cleaning up my office. Remember, I was asking you if you have a patch?
Yeah.
Alex, they're right over here, actually. They're over here, but
Oh,
we
are they
actually have
still
a
there?
yeah, they're over here. We actually have a very cool patch this year. So if you're a smoking socialite, pay attention. We'll let you know. But there's a place you go check in during the Great Smoke. We'll give you a patch. You can stick it right on your shirt, and this way all our socialites could recognize each other. Because sometimes it's hard to realize who else is a socialite, and especially for me, like I notice like half the time when people walk up to me, it's very hard if I've never met them before to know who they are from an avatar circle like this that I'm used to seeing all the time, and then I see them in real life, and it's like
Oh yeah.
it doesn't always connect. So
That happened to me when I went to the Great Smoke. So many people kept coming up to me, and I felt bad because I'm like, I know, I feel like I vaguely know who you are, but I feel bad because I just can't. And then it like they walk away, and then you're like, oh shit, I know exactly who that is now.
yeah, it's hard.
It
It's hard.
happens.
So we're very excited. One of the cool things that transformed in 2021 when we did the digital experience, because that broadcast was so off the top, stupid, crazy. We really wanted to do something to create some excitement and buzz for this type of event. So that was the first year we ever reached out to anybody to make us limited edition TGS releases. We hadn't done it in the 14 years prior to that. And that year we had a lineup of, I think it was Carlito Fuente, Nick Perdomo, Rocky Patel, Terrence Riley, Pete Johnson, and Steve Saka. And we did 6 that year, and it went over so well. We just now continued the process. So this year we have a lineup of 5 people. Steve Saka has been the only manufacturer so far that has done it every year. His is sold out. This year we had Steve Saka on January 4th. Tomorrow, and we're going to get him on here to talk about the cigar. I'm smoking. I don't know if you lit yours up. I'm smoking it.
I sure did.
This drops tomorrow for TGS ticket holders. I can't tell on the screen if this is coming through clearly, but this is really a cool band. It's called The Crew. It was made for us by Alec Bradley. Now, obviously, this year's theme last year was a Hawaiian Luau. This year's theme is Mardi Gras Madness. So, the package is all Mardi Gras themed. It's called The Crew, which is what they call the group that organizes the floats for Mardi Gras. The team is called a crew.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's called a Mardi Gras crew. Well, actually, I'll read it off the back. A crew is any group or organization of revelers to band together and host a Mardi Gras ball, ride on a Mardi Gras parade float, and participate in social events throughout the year. And just like a Mardi Gras crew, we have spent all year working on this special cigar that is made only for the Great Smoke 2023. We hope you enjoy them. Now, when they say they worked all year, I could attest to that because we were already working with companies for our releases in 2024. It started fall of last year. So we don't take these TGS releases lightly. And working with Alec and Bradley on this project is always a pleasure. Those guys are amazing. I love working with them. This is a nice, big Churchill-sized cigar. And this drops tomorrow. And these limited releases, the 5 that we did this year, which is Steve Saka, Alec and Bradley Rubin, Robert Holt, Rafael Nadal from Altitude USA, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo. Those are the 5. We'll drop. There were 300 of each of these 300 boxes of each of these cigars made, and they'll all be released prior to the Great Smoke event. It started January 4th. That was the first drop. It's sold out. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Smokin will go live with a broadcast with Alec and Bradley Rubin talking about the cigar. And during the show, we will make live available purchase in the exclusive TGS store, these 300 bundles. So you have to be a TGS ticket holder. This is kind of a little extra perk to get some very limited rare cigars as being a TGS ticket holder. Whether you're virtual, whether you're watching at home, or you're coming down live, it's the same store for you. You just go to thegreatsmoke.com and there's enter the store now. Enter it, you log in under your account information, and you're in the store, and it will go down live tomorrow starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this one might be a good time to run the little video we have for Crew and then bring Bradley on to talk about the cigar.
Absolutely. Let me pull that up really quick. Here it is. Alrighty, let's bring him in. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I didn't know Super Mario was joining us tonight.
Oh,
I always say that.
very good. Let's all laugh at Bradley.
I'm just joking. You know I love it. How many times have I seen you at the
I love
trade
the
show?
stash, bro. I
And
love
I'm like,
the stash.
and I'm just like, Bradley, you're looking good, and you're like, I know.
Every year since we've met, I think.
Yeah. No, when he knows how to present. You know, he's a stud.
So before Bradley gets into talking about the cigar, I want to clarify a couple things. Okay, one is, this is like now the third year we're doing it. You know, maybe second if you're not counting the first digital experience. This year, I think 3 out of 5 manufacturers did something very cool and kind of branded it toward the theme, right? So we already know our theme for 2024, and I already think a couple of our manufacturers working with us in 2024 are working on that theme. But it's very cool, and you know, for them to have worked and make something where the packaging and even the cigar band is in the theme is badass. Now, this is the first time, I want everybody to know, this is the first, look at that ash, this is the first time I'm smoking this cigar. So unlike our microblend series, which we've become very well known for since 2010, right? When I got a project here, Alex has already smoked his, I got to catch up, but we got a project here where we work on our microblend series with companies where they'll send us blends like this, and we either like them or we don't like any of them, and it'll be a back and forth process. These TGS releases weren't that way. We basically asked manufacturers to make us something special. So I had no clue what size they were making, what blend they were making. This is the first time I spoke. This is actually a nice Churchill size. And I mean, look at that. And I dropped the sash already on accident. I hit something. This is smoking fantabulous. So I'm literally going to find out mostly about it for the first time, just like all you guys. So, you know, you're probably going to have to do this again tomorrow night in the broadcast. I want you to give us a little snippet about the cigar, my friend.
Yeah. Well, before I get into the tobacco of the cigar, I want to give a little backstory because, you know, on the back it said that we spent all year and, you know, working on the cigar, and which is very true. But what happened is when it comes to like cigars and, you know, work, I do become very competitive, and I was honestly a little upset that we weren't asked to do one last year. So, and I never mentioned anything to you, but you did ask us for this year, so I was really, really happy. So
I like to give my love eventually to everybody. It's only hard. I got 5 at a time, so you know. I know.
That's why I didn't say anything. I know, because you know, you've been doing business with a lot of people for a very long time, so you got to spread the love. So I was very, very happy that you asked us this year, which is why I wanted to do something as special as possible, because I am very competitive.
This is what I love. I don't want to interrupt you, but this is what I love, right? They were emotionally hurt that they didn't get to make one. This is when you know you're working with the right people, right? You didn't say nothing to me. I did the first I've heard of this, right? And listen, there were 40 companies last year. Only 5 people made a cigar, right? 32 this year. Only 5 people make a cigar. Didn't say a word, but really wanted to do one. And, you know, had you come to me and said, we'd love to do one, I would have said, okay. You know, but I'm so glad that we finally reached out to you guys. And to hear how excited you were and to be into it, it just makes our day, man. I think that's why these cigar drops and pretty much everyone we've kind of had have been really amazing products. I mean, nothing has been over fly-by-night rushed, you know, product. This is something that I think everybody that we worked with to date has really put some heart and soul and excitement in it. So hearing that for the first time, bro, I just want to say thank you. And I'm so happy we got to do something with you this year on this project.
Yeah, of course. I'm always happy to do it, and of course I wanted to do it. So thank you for reading my mind and just putting that out there. But yeah, Abe, you already did most of my work for me. You told everyone why it was called Crew. You told everyone like the backstory behind it,
You stole
and
his
you
thunder.
showed them. Right. So you basically, I was supposed to be on for 15. I'm about to be on for 5.
No.
But the cigar is, it has parts of it that are very classic Alec Bradley, which is usually Honduran Nicaraguan mix, double binder Honduran Nicaraguan. So there's a lot of like classic Alec Bradley. But what is a little bit different is what I think is the flavor profile and the size. Usually our Churchills are 7x50 across the board, but this is a 7x48, which I always prefer. I prefer
like it.
a little bit of a smaller ring gauge on a Churchill.
It.
But I think it really
Because
has like
they got fat.
Yeah. Everyone's Churchills are 7x50 now. It's just
right.
And we do it too. But I like something a little smaller. But I think it has some of the best kind of components from some of our different cigars. So, like this utilizes some tobacco from Tempest and from Prensado. So I think it kind of has a little bit of that rich mustiness from Prensado, and it has the sweetness from Tempest. That's what I get from this cigar. So the wrapper is a Honduran Trojes wrapper, which is actually what we use on both of those cigars, but different primings. And then the binders,
Nice
the binders come from Esteli and Hamastron. So again, Honduran Nicaraguan, and then you got a mix of Honduran Nicaraguan, Criollo 98 Ligero, and Criollo 98 Viso, and then Corojo 99 Viso. So it's very classic style Alec Bradley, but I think you get the best of some of our most prolific cigars. And I also kind of made this in mind. I didn't know for a little bit, but I am going to New Orleans for the first time the weekend before the Great Smoke. And so I just kind of imagined, like, what am I going to be smoking when I go to New Orleans? So this is the cigar. So I have one bundle set aside for myself, and that's what I'll be enjoying as I'm walking Burton Street.
Dude, I can't wait for you. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. God bless, really. My kids have been around, right? They've seen a lot of places.
Right.
And the one place which really shocked me, because when we decided to go there, I really wasn't sure how they would take it. They begged me to go back, is New Orleans. They love it. They're musical kids, so they love the music, the street music, listening to them, watching them. They like the haunted shit at night. They love the food. So, yeah, what timing for you to go to New Orleans. So, badass.
Yeah, very, very excited.
That reminds me. I wanted to ask you, Abe. So, you got the Mardi Gras theme for the Great Smoke. There's always food at the Great Smoke. So, you're going to have, like, authentic beignets and jambalaya and all that other stuff?
We do our best to theme the food according to the event. So, there will be I have the menu. I have the contract. I don't know it off the top of my head right now. But, yes, there is New Orleans style food that's going to be there, and I believe we have a beignet vendor. There's going to be some guy selling beignets.
Oh,
fresh made beignets if guys want beignets. So, no, listen, the reason for our success, from it going from 300 people to 3,000 people, and the growth of it every year. This is the first year. We last year was the first year we ever had to get a second hotel room block, and I'm not even sure if that sold out. This year, we sold out 3 hotel room blocks in November. We didn't even get to December. And the hotel said there's nothing more we could do. And we're actually now contemplating next year just taking the whole hotel over for 4 days.
Yeah, I think we can sell a hotel at this point.
Yeah. So
honestly,
let's buy a hotel.
And it goes quick. Yeah, let's just buy a hotel.
Yeah, Bradley's got the right idea. Let's just buy the hotel.
Yeah, right? But that's always because we've been experience driven. We really, really, really work hard to say, how do we make this a great experience for everyone who's taken time out of their lives, spent their hard good money, and either have come down for their event or spent their hard good money and bought an event ticket and be watching from home. We want you to have the most positive experience possible. I think that's really why the event has become so successful and so well known across the world, to be honest with you. So, you talked about, improvements, right? And looking at Alex will tell you, every year right after the event, the first thing we do that Monday is we sit in this office, about 5-6 of us, and we go through everything that we think could be better, that we should change for next year, that we should improve on. And Alex will tell you, how many points of improvement did we have from last year?
Was 80 something?
104.
104. 104.
104 points of improvement. And I think it's a testament not just to me, it's a testament to the team. I mean, that's a culmination of everybody's experience and what they've seen. And we all actually work and cross things off for this year as we get to it and what we do. And honestly, Alex's wife, Marissa, is the workhorse behind that list and checking it off and going through it throughout the year to make it even a better event. You know, one of the things we tout every year is this is going to be the best one ever. It's kind of cocky, it's kind of arrogant, but so far we've been successful in making every one the best one of the year. So hopefully we keep that streak going.
I'll tell you what's funny. We even had to make improvements to the improvement list this year because we literally do that. It's literally the first thing we do Monday morning after the Great Smoke. And while it's fresh in our mind, we go down all these points. And so then we went back this year and it would be lines and we'd be like, what the hell does that mean? All right, we got to get better at taking more detailed notes because we don't even know. It made sense at the time, but we don't even know what this point means. What were we talking about?
True. We make a reference. We're like, fuck, what does this mean? We forget. So we have to actually make better notes when we do it because, 6-8 months later, sometimes we don't remember what exactly that one statement was. So that's funny. It's true. True story.
What number Great Smoke is this for you, Abe?
17?
I was just gonna ask that.
I think this is the 17th annual. Let me look at the website.
No, Bradley, no, that's good because at least it didn't get forgotten about. Because I was trying to do the math, and all right, so 17. So that means you're a couple away from 20. So then you got to do something big for your 20th.
Yes.
Which I'm sure you've probably already at least thought about.
15. Yeah, 15 was a digital experience. 16 was the Hawaiian Luau. 17 is Mardi Gras. Yeah.
17.
17.
Couple years away from that 2-0.
How far it's come.
I want to ask Abe another question. How many takes for the commercial? How many takes?
Me?
It was very good. Yeah.
I go through it. Well, what you saw there is a snippet of a longer version. So that's edited down. You can see there's breaks because we have a full-length commercial. I think we run on KMA. It's almost 2 minutes long because it goes through every event and shows every graphic. So what he aired today was a break, but when I shoot these things, I go through it once. Yeah. I mean, I'll make a mistake.
One time?
Well, because they edit it, so I just keep going. I'm like, all right, let me redo that sentence, and I just keep going. So it's always one take.
Okay.
With good editing, it's always just one take.
Okay.
Listen, it's true. Look, I'm the cameraman for these, so yeah, no, it's. I mean, there'll be a mistake, but we're not going to stop and start the whole thing over. All right, stop. We'll cut here. Just keep going. Boom. Start it over. Half the time, the retakes are, especially if it's in his office. Shit, move that from the desk. Get rid of that piece of paper. Move this, move that. Otherwise, he's gotten good at these things. I'll give him that.
So Paul DeGracco's here, and he's got questions for Abe. So yeah, let him rip.
He can't even make his own show. He can't even make
his own show. I was just gonna say that you beat me fucking to it. The guy can't make his own fucking show. He's showing up here. Fucking Paul DeGracco.
If I had known, I would have sent him the link. He could have just come on and asked you.
Paul's like gonorrhea, man. I'm stuck with him.
That's a bad analogy. He's not that bad of a guy. I mean, gonorrhea, that's a little extreme.
Oh, Matt, do you have that picture of Paul? Matt?
I'm gonna say. Can we throw? Paul is a great human being, a good family man. You just don't want to work with Paul. That's all.
Yeah. Do you have a picture of the host, Matt? Yeah. Can we get that up, please? Can everybody see Paul DeGracco in all his glory?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Now the question is, because this is the biggest debate going on, and everybody who's on live now can actually, is this Paul's real body or not? Because I'm going to tell you something. His own wife wasn't even sure.
No, I'm going no.
Paul, why'd you let them do this to you?
Great.
Paul's team player.
He doesn't seem very enthusiastic, if I say so myself.
Great.
I mean, listen.
Great.
We had a real picture of him at a dress at some wedding. He didn't care about that. I don't know why he has a problem with this.
Right.
Man, Paul, they did you dirty tonight.
At least he's wearing male clothing in this one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's that, you know.
Wow.
No,
fucking
wait a
Daniel
minute,
Lehman.
Paul. That is not true, Paul. Paul says he had no say. That is not true. We offered him an out. He said,
I have the text. Don't make me fucking screen share the text, Paul. I have the text.
Was the out to something else, or is just an out?
and we were
No, but-
not actually going to do it.
Like, if you really have a problem with it, I won't use it. But I think Paul is just too embarrassed to say don't use it. So like, oh, it's all right.
Paul's
so-
a team player. He's a company man.
He's a team player. Absolutely.
Paul,
Absolutely.
great team player, man. Very few people could survive the kind of abuse I lash out. Paul's a great team player.
Daniel
That's
said
great.
it could be, but it's not hairy enough. With that
That's
beard,
the,
no
that's
way.
the winning statement right there. Probably most accurate. Not hairy enough. But I think body shape is on point. We searched long and hard. Listen to me. Go Google male bodies in bikinis. Very hard to either find somebody who's not like extremely obese and disgusting or like a Chippendale stud. You know, we went through long measures to find a adequate body that would be very similar to Paul's physique and build.
I got a
But-
question for Bradley.
Shoot.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I got it. So,
Shoot the
say it up.
who came up with crew? And were
I'm gonna
there
say
other
Bradley.
options?
I'm going to say
Brad,
Brad.
you were crew?
I
Were there other
forget what
things thrown out there and it landed on crew? Crew was the one. I like it. I like it. As soon as I heard, I was like,
So I forget what the other path was that we were going down. Like before, I thought of theming it to Mardi Gras and to the Great Smoke. There was some other path that we were going down, and then I was like, why don't we just theme it to the Great Smoke? Like that's way cooler. I always like a themed cigar as well, so I was like, let me just start doing some research. And when I told Abe about it, he was like, yeah, everyone knows what a crew is.
Ooh.
And I was like, well,
Ooh,
I did not. So it was like one of the first like kind of Mardi Gras terms, New Orleans theme that I saw, and I just liked the meaning of it and thought it was a great representation of you guys and what Smokin does, because I know a lot of you guys fairly well, and you guys have always treated me well, and I know how long you guys work on this every year. So this is really about you and for you, and less about what we do.
God, I've seen you and your brother grow up, basically.
I mean, how long have you been working with my old man?
I mean, 25 years. So, I mean, I've literally seen you guys grow up in this industry.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm never really too excited when the kids get more involved, because more often than not, it doesn't really work out well.
it doesn't
you
always
know?
go. Yeah.
Ashton.
Yeah, that's fair.
I knew
really
that
work
was
out well.
coming. I knew that was coming.
Doesn't always work out well. But why is everybody laughing?
I was just laughing at something else that I read.
But
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
being sincere and honest. You and your brother have been a pleasure to work with. And I'll even say this without trying to insult your dad. Even more vitalized. There's projects that we have done and work that I don't even think your dad would have maybe have gotten into or have done it. But working with you guys has been a pleasure, and you guys have, I really think, helped notch the company up to another level and reach a new base of consumers that the company prior wasn't reaching. So I'm very proud of you boys. Very, very,
I get it.
very am, man. I really am. I always talk extremely highly of you. I'm so glad that you guys, I mean, when I asked you, I had no idea how you felt. So, sometimes, listen, I ain't gonna lie. There are some people we ask who just say, look, we can't,
Right.
our production level ain't gonna make it. We can't do
Right.
it. And it happened. So, I mean, when you
Yeah.
guys said, yeah, and you're all into it, man, I was very happy, not even knowing how you really felt about it.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I'm digging
Sorry.
this stick, and I haven't even finished my first drink. So it's not the booze. This is up my alley. I like this blend.
well, one,
Great
I really appreciate it. You've definitely been one of the retailers that have, taken at least me, under your wing, and we always talk, and you make things extremely easy. Like if there's any manufacturer out there that says that you don't give, us enough time to get things done, that is a lie, because no matter what it is, no matter what we're a part of, whether it's Connoisseurs Club or Cigar of the Month or special projects that, we're already discussing so far in advance that, I can't even say nothing about nothing. Like, you give us so much time. So, I mean, it is so easy to work with everyone at Smokin. Except for
Thank you.
except for
It's
Briggs.
just,
Sometimes Briggs needs to learn how to use email. That is my one thing, and I told him today, email me.
I love
Stop
this.
calling
Can
me.
we, Alex, cut that out? Cut that out so we can play that.
I'm
in
gonna
the
cut
company
that and
chat.
put it with the other. Put it with the other
Put it,
one.
yes, put it in the company chat. So
Briggs has been
can't
getting a lot of
use
shit
email.
lately.
Yes.
You know, Bradley, I wanted to take a second. Someone commented, this isn't Great Smoke related, but it's Alec Bradley related. The double broadleaf that you guys put out. That cigar was a great cigar. I have heard nothing but the double broadleaf when anyone has said Alec Bradley in like the last like
Awesome.
3-4 months. And I have to give a shout out to a couple that I think everybody on here knows, the A-Cuffs in Las Vegas, which I know you know them really well, Bradley. I talk to Kevin pretty frequently, and every time I pick up the phone and I talk to him, we talk about personal stuff, whatever, and somehow in that conversation, the Alec Bradley double broadleaf comes up a minimum of 2 or 3 times. I mean, that's all I hear about. So
That's incredible. Shout out Barb and Kevin. They're the best. They're the nicest. So very lucky to have them in my life. But yeah, that cigar I am, like head over heels with. It's always cool to like come out with a cigar and be so proud of it. And that cigar I'm just like completely in love with in every single way. So thank you Barb, thank you Kev. You guys are the best.
I will say this too. That is the event cigar for the Great Smoke 2023, the double
Right.
broadleaf. So, and see, this is why I love, right? Because I'm not going to mention any names, but there are some companies that I think give away a cigar that's most convenient for them, that works in their production. And here you got a cigar that's their newest cigar, right? I heard some rumors, all throughout the top 25 of where it was going to land this year. And this is a cigar they're giving away to everybody at the Great Smoke 2023. So kudos to you guys for doing it right.
Thank you.
yeah, kudos.
Thank
So is that cigar going to be in the bundle too, or the?
Yeah, that's whatever.
Yeah, that's the one they're giving away.
Whatever people are getting.
Oh
at
right,
the
yes,
Great
okay,
Smoke
never mind.
is what we ship to everybody in advance. So
Right,
they're
right.
getting the exact same cigars. Our
Hey,
goal
can
in
you
doing
just-
a virtual
can you just-
event was to
Can you hold,
actually.
wait a minute. Wait. Can you hold that abomination of a double up, please?
What?
What's wrong?
It's like a quadruple.
Jesus Christ.
But also him
Yeah.
getting a drink brought into him, like I just wanted to pretend that, thank you. Thank you.
He's the king of that castle. He can do whatever he wants.
Bro, it's been a long week.
Did you
So-
down the other? It's only Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Well,
How rough has this
in
week
my
been?
mind- hold on. In my mind, I started last Wednesday and finished today hunting down 32 companies. And I'll tell you outright, these boys are on point. Out of 32 companies, I'll say 6 to 8 people were on point. Everybody else, I got to hunt people down. All the products that were given away were supposed to be in my warehouse January 16th. January 16th. I'm calling people like, oh, well, it's in Honduras. What the fuck is it in Honduras for? Well, the event's not till March 18th. Literally, where they fill out what product they want to give away, in bold red print, it says, must be in our warehouse by January 16th, because they're not thinking we got to pack and send out 1,000 packages to virtual viewers. So you can't like have it the week before the event, But this is what I've been doing for 7 weeks. When I say it's been a long week, in my mind, I started last Wednesday. I even worked Sunday all day. Alex will tell you, I was here Sunday all day. Monday and today, and I've gotten through everybody. So whatever is here. Whatever is not here, I know is in transit and will be here soon. And it's just been, and there's been audibles. I won't mention any names, but like we had one company who made their selections last August, right, of what they wanted to sell at the Great
Mention name.
Right, we won't mention any names. Drew Estate. So
Mentioned a lot of names tonight.
and wait, I got an email a week ago, literally 6 days ago, saying these are the event cigars that we're giving out. This is what we want to sell. We're good to go. So we place the order, because what we do is we place whatever we're bringing to the pit to sell at the Great Smoke. We order now, and we box it up and we tape it, and we'll write Alec Bradley, TGS, and we'll leave it in the warehouse. And it just sits there because we want to make sure we have it. We're advertising, we're selling it. And then event day, they get loaded up in pallets and get moved to the fairgrounds. So I got an email 6 days ago confirming it. And then they're telling me after we placed our order, 2 of the SKUs are out of stock. It won't be here like till after the Great Smoke event. So this is where I've been spending the last day. This is honestly is the ugliest part. You getting me on this day, literally finishing this, is the ugliest part of the TGS. There's no beauty, there's no creativity, there's no fun in it. It's literally hunting wolves, chasing people down, blowing up their phones. That's what I've been doing for 7 days.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But the ugliest part is over now, pretty much. So now I get to go back to the fun, creative stuff of the Great Smoke.
What are you even drinking in that glass anyway? Is anything good?
Belvini barrel double cast.
Caribbean cast. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you
Let's
go.
go on.
Yeah.
Very good, actually. Very, very good.
Someone
I think
pointed out that's a lot of ice in there too, so it's a little deceiving because that is a big
No,
cube.
it's one brick. It's not. It's just one brick of ice.
Yeah, that's still a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
You have to understand too. You have to understand because you really can't gauge it because that glass looks small in Abe's hand. That is not a small glass.
Yeah. Someone Sean had said that looks like a shot glass in Abe's giant hand.
Right.
It's right there.
Right.
not.
So you gotta take it to scale.
Listen, I will tell you this. I will tell you. Now I have no idea what I was going to tell you. I just forgot. Gone.
Well, that was
completely.
fast.
Listen,
Yeah,
I
it
will
was
tell
good.
you. I will tell you
No,
this.
I think I'm going to become one of these people at the Great. I think now, like you know how you have those movies and TV shows where they always have like a bottle of booze in their office, and when people walk in, they pull out glasses. And I'm getting to that point now where I'm just thinking like I just need to have a bottle here, so I can just pour myself a glass.
Alex, make it happen.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you guys got a good selection there.
Yeah, he's got a good selection. He's got a bartender on hand too. He doesn't even need a glass there. Problem
Right.
is they don't
Anna's
come in
good.
till 3:00. He needs
So,
sometimes.
Anna's my
Sometimes
girl.
he needs
I
to
love
drink
it.
at 11.
I do, but I won't do it. He's absolutely right. Sometimes I do need to drink at 11, but I won't do it.
I believe
Yeah,
that though. I mean, that
12.
makes sense. If I had to
Yeah.
chase down 30-something companies like that, 7 days, I'd need a drink at 11 a.m. too.
So what's really funny is this, right? I want to play the video that we made for the cigar because it's such a good video. This cigar is releasing tomorrow night, so I'm hoping that people who watch this later in the week, because like literally everybody on here is basically TGS ticket holders, and I think they know the routine that I'm seeing commenting here. But if you're watching this anytime between now and tomorrow night, which is Wednesday, January 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're thinking or you're wanting to get a Great Smoke ticket, do it before tomorrow at 7 p.m. so you can access a TGS store and buy, I'm telling you, this very awesome release from Alec Bradley Cigars called The Crew. All right. This is amazing. Actually, I'm liking this a lot, actually. This is going to be, I think, extremely well received from everyone. And here's a little video about the product. You got that video?
I do.
Matt?
Play it up
Yeah, why
again.
don't you put it up and show it up? And there you have it. And what I'm going to tell everybody now, right? So you the people watching this broadcast will probably be the first to hear this. What we have decided to do after the last release, because during the event where Alex and I both got inundated with messages and PMs of people who wanted more than one, because always our goal and stuff like this is to make as many people as happy as possible. So in an ideal world, I'd like 300 people to get one bundle, right? We had a lot of people who really wanted a second one, and we know that people smoke 20 cigars easy. So during the broadcast only, when we go live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with Alec and Bradley Rubin, you will have the ability to buy at least 2. If you're there during the broadcast. After the broadcast, the GOAT. Yes, am I saying something wrong?
At most 2.
Yeah, it's limit 2. So you can
said
buy
at
one.
least 2.
Not at least 2. Not at least 2.
We'll
Yeah,
let you
at
buy.
most 2.
Yeah, we'll let you buy up to 2.
Up to
Only
2.
during the broadcast that we're on with Alec Bradley. Right after the broadcast, my man, the GOAT, is turning that back to 1 per person. So, the soccer one sold out, I think, in like 12 hours. So, but we had set it limit 1, and then everybody started complaining and whatever. So then we opened it up. So if you join us during the broadcast for any one of these events for that broadcast time, which is typically an hour, we'll allow 2 per person. After that, it immediately goes back to 1 per person. So you heard it here first.
That's fair.
Sorry,
My
I
mother-in-law
was muted that whole time. I kept trying to ask this question. Like, what the
I
fuck?
saw you doing stuff. I thought maybe you were talking to somebody else.
No, the on the bundles on the limit, it's 2 per ticket. So if you have multiple tickets, right, you could in theory buy more because it's on each ticket you have, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. It's 2 per person for their ticket holders.
So if you want 4, buy another ticket, and then you can buy 2 more.
There you go.
you can.
So you
get
can
a
also
whole
buy
other-
you can also buy more tickets.
And you're also going to get, a whole other package with 30 plus cigars and all the good stuff too. So
There you go.
And I know people who bought full tickets for them and their spouse or their girlfriend or whatever. And yeah, you could buy, if you're on during the show, you could buy 2 for you and 2 under your wife or better other person's significant others account. Or even after the event, you could buy 1 and 1. So, but yeah, it's per ticket holder.
And
how much are tickets? Sorry to interrupt.
no, it's okay.
So this is over a $400 package. Did we show this already during the show?
I showed the image. I can bring it back up.
Yeah, it's over a $400. It's 32 premium cigars from major manufacturers. These aren't cheapies. And then it's probably the greatest swag package ever in the history of TGS. Literally, without a doubt, over a $400 value. It's $165. It's literally the best deal all year long.
Bradley, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of comments from some people who kind of came in a little bit after. Can you just reiterate the blend of what the tobaccos are?
Yeah, definitely. So the wrapper uses a Honduran Trojas wrapper, which, as I said before, is used on Tempest and Prensado. Double binder, which is something that we do on most of our blends, which comes from Esteli and Jamastran, Honduran Nicaraguan. And then 3 different fillers. One is Criollo 98 Ligero, one is Criollo 98 Viso, and then Corojo 99 Viso. So very, very rich, but still sweet. Not too heavy, kind of more in like medium, just a tad over medium plus cigar. And I've only smoked the samples. I haven't smoked anything with the band on it. So maybe Alex and Abe will be like, oh, yeah, I love this cigar right now, and go.
love the cigar.
Oh, you guys.
Listen. I'm
Yes,
through
I'm
mine.
not lying, I really do.
I'm through mine. I smoked it. I started mine before the show, and it's gone. It's gone.
Perfect.
Smoked it.
You guys are
Over.
great.
I
First
was actually torn because I was in a bad spot, and I had to take that cigar. So I had just lit up a double broadleaf, and he was like, "Here." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, what do I do? Oh, can't." So you know what? You put this down. Normally, I don't even go. And this is credit to you guys. Normally, it's been an hour. I don't go back to a cigar after it's been sitting out for an hour. This hasn't turned bitter. It hasn't at all. I smoked. I mean,
Good.
two cigars, fantastic. Between the double broadleaf, that crew is fantastic. And I'm a 48 guy. 48 is my size. 7, 6, 5, 48 is where I want to be. So
I
that
like
cigar was
right
perfect.
up my alley where it's not harsh, right? It's not too
Right.
much, but it's not too light, but it's got good flavor. I mean, it's like meaty. It's good.
Meaty.
And
Yeah.
and I don't like the word smooth because smooth for me always kind of relates to being light and mild. It's not a mild cigar.
Right.
It's
No.
not an overwhelmingly harsh cigar. This is solid.
Yeah. You guys killed
Ma-
it. Good job.
Mitchell, there will not be a chess tournament. That's too much to entail. But I have multiple boards that'll be out. I'm sure myself and Garrett Robinson will be on a chessboard all night when we get the chance, and I'll have plenty of boards for people to play. We've become a smoking chess club as well. For those that don't know,
I was gonna just say, yeah, I remember that last year. You guys had the chess set going all night after the Great Smoke event. We went back to Boynton Beach, and you're right. It was you and Garrett. We're out there for a while.
Yeah.
Who's the goat of chess?
So, Garrett, I win about 30% of the time against Garrett. Now he's Garrett was a tournament player at one time, so he's a little more polished than I am. But we go back and forth. I mean, I get wins against Garrett, but he's a great guy. He's a great guy to play with. But yes, multiple boards will be out.
So
We'll be playing chess.
I don't play chess. Not that I don't like chess. I wish I played more. I don't have the opportunity usually to play with anyone else. And I was actually at an event with Carney a few weeks ago, and the lounge that we were at, the shop, they had a chess table, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I don't play, so I sat down, I started playing, and I had Carney. It was me and one of his reps, and Carney's sitting off to the side, and he's just like leaning over the table, and he's like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I don't play chess. And he's like getting all stressed out. And he's like, oh, there's so many moves here. I'm like, why don't you tell me what to do? I don't want to say anything. I'm like, well, you're saying a lot of other stuff. Like, do you want to come in and play? No, finish it out. But literally, you had like 6 moves here to end him, and you didn't do it. I'm like, I played chess like 4 times in my life. So apparently, I'm a horrible chess player. And
it's always easy for the guy sitting on the sideline to say, why'd you do that? What are you doing?
Right.
What was that?
I got my ass chewed out.
I challenge Carney to the GOAT in chess at the Great Smoke. Sorry, Carney, I'm sure will be there. So I'm setting it up officially. The GOAT versus Carney.
Let's go, Carney.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's make that happen. Official.
I got my money on the GOAT.
Yeah, me too.
I just melted, man. My son texted me. He has no idea what I'm doing, man. My son is just like, he literally just reaches out to me. He missed me and wondering what I'm doing. Kid's amazing, man. I love this kid. He literally is my best friend. My son is, especially when you got a household full of women, which I have, 3 girls and a wife. Dude, me and him, it's like, survival mode. Like, we need to survive in this house.
You gotta stick together.
Awesome. He's awesome, man. I love him.
Another one that I always see, we make a lot of jokes and stuff, but on a personal side, whenever I see Matt Booth and his son Grayson together, I mean, man, I love those posts that he makes with them together. It's just, it's inspiring.
That was the inspiration behind this cigar. Is we both had boys roughly at the same time, about a year apart, and we talked about making Little Big Delicious in tribute of our sons, and this was a TGS release last year, Alex?
Yeah.
Last year, all gone. My box is empty.
I was gonna say, hook it up.
Still my favorite box. Anybody who thinks I was lying with all these pictures, this is my favorite box. It never stays far from me. I love this box.
Those are good cigars too. I think I still have a box tucked away.
LBD was great. I'm trying to talk them into making them more. LBD was great.
He should.
Unfortunately, the Forged company got a little more red tape than Matt Booth.
That is true.
This is a good point.
Yeah, BF before Forged.
What was the sorry, I don't know if anyone mentioned it. Was there what's the price on that bundle for tomorrow?
Oh, that would be an Alex Tavella question.
Oh, thank you for saying Alex.
That would be an Alex Tavella.
Yeah, so Bradley texted me earlier today, and he goes, "Hey, just it's just me on the show tonight." And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Oh.
And he pointed out the thing, and I was like, "Yeah, I know what I said. I said Alex Tavella's coming on." And then there was just like a pause, and I go, "Did you misread Alex for Alec?" Yeah.
Well, yes, kind of. It said Alex and Bradley, so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "Oh, spell check." He meant Alec and Bradley, which happens all the time. So, but yes, I did fuck up.
It's okay.
I just want to say something to Mitchell Santega. You're absolutely right. As awesome as that sounds, I am in no rush to get there. I hope this kid stays young and small forever. I'm enjoying the hell out of him. I really am.
I'll put that comment back up.
I really am. I mean, I'm just enjoying that. I listen to me. When he is off of school and they had off Monday, obviously for Martin Luther King Day, he likes to come to work with me. So he literally says to me that before, "Can I come to work with you?" I'm like, absolutely. He got up in the morning. He got all ready. I woke up my wife. I said, "Listen, I'm taking Asher with me." And she's like, "He's got a doctor's appointment today." I'm like, "Ooh." So I literally said, "Buddy, you can't come with me. I'm sorry. You got a doctor's appointment, whatever." I got literally 5 minutes from the house. He calls me up on his sister's phone because he doesn't have one. And he's like, "Hey, Dad." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I got an idea." I said, "Okay." You know how we had violin practice and you would pick me up from violin practice and then take me to basketball practice afterwards? Yeah. I said, "Yeah." He says, "What if you pick me up after my doctor's appointment and bring me to work?" I said, "Bro, violin practice is 5 minutes from my shop. Your doctor's appointment." I guess I can't do it. I'm sorry. Dude, he's so awesome, man. He really is.
He's a
now
smart
I
kid.
can't wait to go home and see him. Yeah, he's great. He really is.
Bradley, I had a question in the chat for you. Can AB make a shorter double broadleaf, let's say 5x46 or 4x48?
Not those sizes. We do have sizes that are sort of that ring gauge, but not that short, or that short, but not that ring gauge. So we do have a 46x7, the Grand Corona, which is my personal favorite size. And then we do have what we call the chunk, which is a 4x60. So, if you want to go shorter, you can go big ring gauge. If you want to go, thin ring gauge, you got to go longer. Or you can just cut that. You can cut that Grand Corona, a couple inches, and then you got exactly what you want.
Yeah, there you go. That works. And Alex, I'm sorry, I think we got cut off before. What was the price on that?
$94.95 TGS price.
Can't beat it. $94.95.
Cannot beat it.
That's a great price for that bundle.
I'm sorry to cut short, but my laptop is about to die, and I wasn't expecting to be on this long. But Mr. Goat, Mr. Honest, Mr. Tobacco, thank you guys for inviting me and letting me talk about crew. I cannot wait for tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. going live.
There we go, going live. So get your crew. Thank you guys for having me. You're all the best. Love you guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Later.
And actually, since he's gone, I told
him he was going to be on for 15 minutes, so that went a little long. It's like an hour.
Hey, it worked out. It was fun having him on. I wanted to ask you guys about something else. While I had you here, I know last year, and I know it might be too early, but I figured I'd check in. I know last year we heard about one of your newest microblend projects with Pete Johnson.
Is that a microblend or is that an NFT?
Well, it was a microblend.
Well, it was a micro. It's a return.
It's gonna be an NFT now. I was kind of leading into that, but is there any update on that? When are we expecting to maybe hear more about it?
So much going on with this NFT that's going to make it stratospherically stupid. I can't even talk about it yet. They're in and it's finalized, but there's a scheduled press release. There are 2 other companies involved now with this NFT. With the NFT package, not only including the art, which, by the way, the art is 7 different individual pieces of art created by an artist. Gorgeous pieces of art.
So each NFT will have a different piece of art. They're not all the same piece.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I love what Carney did, but that was one of the things who wants the same piece of art? We literally made art. Right? It's not a picture of a cigar. We had an artist create art.
Okay.
So part of the NFT process is you're going to get not only the NFT art, we're going to send you a canvas of the art because the art's so badass, this needs to hang on the wall somewhere. And on top of the special cigars that Pete's making for this NFT release, which is a 60-count special box, there are 2 other companies, major international companies involved in this project. And probably press release. This is slotted for late spring.
Okay.
So we're looking maybe April-ish, April, May-ish. But when this releases, I think it's just going to be over-the-top stupid NFT package. And I think that most savvy retailers were going to be very hungry for this because that cigar is notably probably the best limited release of store releases ever in the history of our industry. Hands down, I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
3,000 boxes written up in Playboy magazine. So I think a lot of retailers will be happy to get 15 boxes of these every quarter, and forget about the NFT packaging itself. But more news will be coming up, Matt. I wish I could talk more about it, but it's really some really next level stuff. This is going to be an NFT package like nothing could, no one could have even thought of. I mean, look, I'm just gonna put it out there. The company I went to, I just threw it out there like, hey, let me ask. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a no, and I didn't get a no. I got a resounding yes. They're very excited to be involved, and there's going to be a couple of one made pieces that are going to come along with this NFT package.
Wow.
So very cool shit ahead. Probably more news will come out in March about this NFT project. I know Pete's working very diligently on the cigar side of it, and we're working on the other side of it. But I think it's going to be very exciting. I think a lot of people are going to be watching us to see how this goes, to see whether the LaFleur NFT was a fluke or this is something that could happen. But once again, I don't think we would have even attempted to have done this kind of a project unless we had something historic like the Tatuaje Anarchy, and working with a guy like Pete Johnson, who would be willing to bring back a cigar that's long been gone, and cigar lovers all over the country are still trying to hunt it down. I get asked, probably in the last month, somebody asked me about that cigar. So it's still being sought after. So I'm kind of excited about this project. Haven't been talking much about this project because I'm waiting until we can start sending out press releases on all the cool stuff that's going to be involved with this project.
I actually found one in one of my humidors the other day, and I was like digging through, as I have a drawer for Tatuaje, and I was digging through there, and I found one, and I was like, shit, where did this even come from? Like, it, almost like it just reappeared magically, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know we had one of these like still laying around, and I haven't smoked it yet, but I think I will soon. I don't know. I got all excited. I didn't know I had any more left. So, very special cigar, and like I said, I wanted to ask about it. I didn't know if I could squeeze a little more out of you, but you know, we'll be patient. We'll wait.
You know, it's funny because Dan Lima says he wants us to get some so he can get some more. He's only had 2 in his life, which, you know, shows you the demand on this kind of cigar. And it's funny because, look, you know, I'm a big fan of Yellowstone, so I've been watching 1823, which is like crazy when you look at the pioneers and what they went through and the psychology behind them. We're pioneers. I mean, we're literally going where you can't say nobody's gone before because John did it, but we're really going to see whether this is real or just a one-off thing, right? So we don't know. And you know, Pete was asking me, he's like, you know, what are we going to do if like this doesn't go? Nobody buys it. I mean, I'm like, listen, the worst case scenario is I own 7 NFTs and I'll have 600 boxes of Anarchy every year to distribute amongst loyal cigar lovers all over the country. So it's a win-win no matter what, realistically. So, you know, I mean, we're going to take one of the 7 NFTs, we're auctioning off the other 6. But if they don't go, there's going to be a lot of happy consumers out there because there's going to be a cigar that really hasn't existed since 2016 and was made extremely limited. There was only 600 boxes made in 2016, or I'm sorry, 2014, or maybe 2016. The original release was 2010, where we had 3,000 boxes. To say now that every year the cigar will exist and cigar lovers and consumers will find it every year, for me, that's a win. So that's cool because, like I said, Pete and I always joke that, you know, Cigar Dojo didn't name us as top 50, name it as top 50 of, you know, relevant cigars of all time, whatever, because literally it was probably the biggest and greatest single store release ever made in this industry. So we're excited about that.
Now, the Anarchy, that was the first microblend you guys did, right?
That was our first release, and that was really before I even thought of microblends. I mean, honestly, I had trademarked the phrase microblend years before that. Just when I saw the microbreweries and what they were doing, I just thought it'd be cool to make single run batches of a cigar. Because, I mean, let's face it, I don't care anything. Any cigar that's been produced over a longevity of time, the flavors change a little bit. It's inevitable. And my greatest analogy to that is like fruit. right? A Granny Smith apple, you could bite into it every time, and you could be blindfolded and say, "Oh, that's a Granny Smith apple." But depending on the harvest and the season and the weather, some will taste amazing and some will be all right, Granny Smith apples. But you still know it's a Granny Smith apple. And cigars are kind of similar in that, right? You'll know the blend, whatever, but sometimes they just taste so much better for some reason. Same thing, it's an agricultural product. So I came up with the idea of this microblend series of everything made at once from the same tobacco at the same time, harvested, fermented, all at the same time. So the whole duration of the cigar will all be the same. And that's how I came up with it. So it wasn't until years later when we had our 15th anniversary that I really commissioned 4 companies that year. Our goal for our 15th anniversary was to release 4 limited editions that year, each 1.25 of our 15-year anniversary. First one was Pete Johnson, then it was Padron, then it was My Father, and then it was Fuente. That was the first 4. It took so much traction that it just evolved into our microblend series. So I ended up having somewhere to use this trademark. We put it in there. We started calling them our microblend series. And I think we're on number 18 now, Alex, number 19. And we got a couple big ones scheduled for this year. So it's been a staple.
Yeah, Cajun Dog was 18.
Which one?
Cajun Dog was 18.
18. So our next one will be 19. And it's become a staple part of our organization and culture. I mean, I think we've developed such a good reputation of building these microblend projects that we have the trust of the people that we're working to make something not just ordinary, really try to make something different that they'll enjoy, a completely new experience. And our loyal followers jump on them when we release them. I mean, we're not buying cigars and putting bands on them or buying cigars that were made for something else. I mean, here's the proof in the pudding. This is one of our microblend projects for 2024. I showed this to you earlier, and here, there's 3 different blends that we're supposed to be trying and experimenting on and see what we like. And this project, if it hits in 2024, is probably what will eventually hit. So it's not something we take lightly when we make a microblend. It's something we really work on because we're putting our company name on it, and we had this long, many years of great reputation on these projects. We don't like to, we don't take it with a light heart.
Oh, of course. I mean, just like everything you guys do with the Great Smoke, I mean, everything you guys do is a lot of effort, top notch, great quality, a lot of thought, a lot of planning, and that's just what makes everything you guys do so special, even for the customers and the consumers especially. I mean, they're the ones that get to benefit the most out of it, right? So, last year we gave you guys the Retail of the Year award, which spoke volumes to that. I mean, that was because of everything you guys did. A lot of it was the Great Smoke, but it wasn't just the Great Smoke. It was all the other little things that you guys do. And, I've been down to the shop several times, and it's always great hospitality and everything you guys do at the Smokin Socialite group, which has been something that I'm surprised more people don't do. But you guys are out there killing it with that group every day. And really, you guys do stand alone. I mean, you guys have a lot of different things that you do, and you manage to get it all done. You do it in a good way. So just hats off to you guys, really.
Thank you, Matt. Your award is, I was just looking, your award is actually framed.
It's up top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's framed in my office, and we have your award. We don't take that stuff lightly because, look, everything we really do is for the benefit of the consumer. Because if it doesn't benefit the consumer, what are we actually benefiting it? And I'm very blessed and lucky that I got team members like Alex and, the guys at the warehouse, and Matt and Moxie, and even our newest family member, Joey Jobs, that get that mentality. Because for us, that's important. Because if you're not doing stuff for the consumer, I don't know why you're in this business. I mean, our job is to try to make people as happy as possible. That's our job day in and day out. And luckily enough, our medium for using that is something we all love, cigars. So it makes it even better.
Absolutely. There's one other thing that I wanted to mention tonight on the show that's related to you and to us, actually. I haven't really said much about what's going to happen this year with our what is now annual fundraiser for Cigar Family Charitable Foundation.
Let me get my prop ready while you prep this up because I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I figured this is a good time. You guys are here, and you guys can be the first thing that I announce. So we are in the process of still working on all of the things that will be raffled off to raise money for our Cigar Family Charitable Foundation raffle that we've done. If you don't know about it, you can head to smokintabacco.com. You look for Cigar Family Charitable Foundation raffle charity. There's a link on our website. You can go to all the information about what we've done. We've raised almost $60,000 in our first 2 years. Nicole and I were fortunate enough to go visit the school back in November with Carlito down in the Dominican. And I'll tell you, for anyone who hasn't been, if you ever get the opportunity to go, please take it. It's a very special place. Abe, I believe you've been down there, right? Have you been down there?
I have.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very special place. And I can tell you that the money that you guys donate, I know everyone's in for the prizes. I get it. I know that this stuff is cool, and it is. And that's no discredit to that. But what it's really all about is the foundation and where the money goes. And it goes so far. And what they have down there, I mean, you'd be blown away. They got all their own medical stockpile for those kids and their families in that whole little community, and the stuff that they're doing now. They're building a performance arts center. That Carlito was showing us when we were down there. They had a model of it. It's a whole thing, and what they do for these kids. I mean, you could drive through the neighborhoods and you see where these kids live, and it's sad. And you see where they get to go to school every day, and where they get to eat. And sometimes some of them don't even get to eat at home. They only get to eat at school, and they get to eat twice a day at school. It really is. It's such an important place, and we haven't said much about it. But what I am going to say is I'm gonna let one of the prizes out of the bag tonight, because Abe and Alex and everyone at Smokin was so generous enough to include this in. And since they're here, I want to say this, because I want to also say it as a thank you to them. But for those who are looking for a very coveted piece of Smokin history,
this could be the greatest unicorn cigar in the history of our industry.
Yeah,
it really could. I don't think I've seen anything immediately go to a secondary market at such exorbitant pricing as this release. And once again, we're proud and privileged to have been involved in it. And it was one of our TGS releases that we couldn't even believe was made for us. And it literally probably is the greatest unicorn in the history of our industry. Go ahead, Matt. I'll let you continue.
I thought you were going to go for it, but that's okay.
No, I don't want to take away your pizzazz. But
no, it's okay. No, really. And honestly, it's very appropriate, right, for what we're doing. It literally kind of goes hand in hand. But for those who remember the 2021 Opus X Great Smoke limited release that Abe has right there, one of those boxes will be up for grabs. So if you were looking to still get a box of those, you can head over to the Smokin Tabacco Cigar Family Charitable Foundation fundraiser, which more information is going to go out soon, but sometime around March is when it's going to kick off. And from that point on, it'll be about 4 to 6 weeks long. You'll be able to buy your raffle tickets. All the money goes directly to Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. I don't even get it. It's all automated online. When it's over, it goes right to them. And all that money goes towards that foundation and those kids. And one of those is going to be up for grabs. So if you were still trying to get one, there is another one that's going to be out there and available.
Now, I'm going to say this, right? You talk about unicorns, right? This cigar at the Great Smoke in 2021, this box of 10 cigars sold for $400. It was immediately sold that same week in the secondary market for $4,000.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
remember.
how quick it went. I even saw some prices up there upwards of $7,000. I don't know if it's sold, but I know the $4,000 one sold. So in my opinion, once again, to be involved in probably the best single store release ever, quality and quantity wise, and popularity wise, and to be involved, to be blessed enough to have this like unicorn project is great. So I don't know if people know this, but the Cigar Family Charitable Foundation has no overhead. They eat their overhead.
Mm-hmm.
So 100% of the donations goes to the cause. It goes to the people who need it. Doesn't pay anybody's salaries. Doesn't do any of that. One of the very, very cool organizations. So when you reached out to us, I had one of these available, and it's fitting, especially for Carlito's charity, who was kind enough. Like, once again, I tell you, for the Great Smoke, we never requested anything. We let manufacturers say, look, make us something special. This guy went over the top, stupid crazy, made us something super special for the Great Smoke. And to be able to have one of these to help raise as much money we can for this noble charity is the least we can do. We're extremely proud and happy to offer this up.
And we appreciate you, giving that up to the cause, for us to raffle off and just being involved. And it's and we're honored to just be involved in our little way too. I mean, I'll tell you, the first year we did it, we wanted to do something different, and it was great. And then last year, we were like, let's do it again. We had all this momentum, and it was way bigger than we thought it would be. We did not expect to raise as much money as we did. And so going into the third year, I'm kind of at the point where I don't even know what to expect. I mean, whatever happens, happens. All I do know is that I feel like I got to keep going, and Nicole feels the same. Like, hey, we got to do this again. We got to do this again, and especially after going there and meeting the kids, I looked at Nicole. I'm like, yeah, we got to do it again, and we got to make it bigger, and we got to give these kids everything we can, because I mean it's a special place. So thank you guys for that, and like I said, more details when we actually have it getting ready to launch are going to be available soon in the next month or so, but we're still finalizing a lot of the bigger moving pieces of it. But there's some cool stuff. There's some cool stuff that's going to be in there, a lot more than last year. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for that.
Absolutely. Just a credit to you, because I watched it happen. What was the growth from year 1 to year 2?
So year 1 we did 7,000, and year 2 on our own, the final number on the raffle page was 25,500 even. 2 weeks before it ended, Cynthia and Carlito called me and said, hey, and at that point I think we were at like 13,000. Actually no, we might have been closer to 20. I think we were closer to 20, and they called me and they were like, hey, I know it's supposed to end in like 4 days, but can we extend it 2 more weeks? I think we can raise a little bit more. And I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then they said, one other thing, we will also match from the Fuente charity. It's a separate entity they use for other charity stuff. But they said, we will match whatever your final number is and put it into CFCF. So they matched another 25.5. So the total, I guess you could say, for last year was $51,000. So we went from 7 to 51.
Wow.
And I think it, like Abe said, it's important to say again, none of these dollars pay somebody's salary for the foundation. It all goes back to these kids, which is really an amazing thing.
And you know what I didn't know? Someone told me is that I think it's Eric and Bobby and the Newmans. They actually go down there and they help. They personally help with getting those kids medications and shots and stuff that they need pretty frequently, like themselves. They personally go down and they help give these kids whatever they can with their own personal time. I mean, it's just what the two families have done. I mean, it's
epic.
Yeah,
Epic.
It's huge. It really is.
Well, I think you're going to have another epic and stellar year. Here's to you, Matt. Kudos to you. Great cause. We're looking forward to it. Cheers.
Cheers. I only have my water with me, but honestly,
You too.
a cheers to everyone out there who donated the tickets. I mean, we put it together, but it's the people who came out and donated the money. It's really a cheers to all of you guys at home, because it wouldn't have happened without any of you.
So before we head out, I just want to tell everybody, look, we didn't answer a lot of questions because kind of everybody on this broadcast are TGS tick holders. But if you want, or you do have questions, just visit thegreatsmoke.com. There's a fact link. It kind of answers almost any question you may have regarding the Great Smoke. And if you go to the Great Smoke Facebook page, the GOAT and I did a live broadcast with people where I think we answered almost everybody's questions. There was a lot of good questions answered during that broadcast. So if you do any questions, check it out. But go to thegreatsmoke.com. If you're coming down, totally worth it. If you're local, whether you're coming in from out of town, get your ticket. Get your virtual ticket if you're not. Believe me, well worth it. An epic package plus a phenomenal day of bonding, and we're going to make you feel like you're right there at the event.
Absolutely. And as someone who's been a part of both, it is. It's epic. One way or the other, get a ticket. Like Abe said, one way or the other, because either way, you're going to feel like you miss out if you got nothing. So try to go. If you can really try to go, go. If not, definitely get that virtual ticket. I promise you.
Don't be one of these people that we get every year where the packages start landing and everybody starts posting pictures of the packages, and then we start getting the messages. Oh, just no, we don't. We don't. Don't wait till that moment.
Get it now.
Get it now. It's worth it.
Yeah, get it now. Let them be done. Then you'll already have it. You won't miss out. It's pretty easy. But I think that's going to do it, guys. So thank you to both of you guys for being here tonight. Everyone who is at home listening and watching, thank you so much. It's been a fun night. Thank you to Bradley for being on here too. I know he had to pop out, but thank you to him. And like they said, head over to thegreatsmoke.com for more information. Get your tickets, virtual or in person. Either way, get something. I'm telling you, you're gonna miss out if you don't. And we'll be back tomorrow night for a regular Smokin Tabacco show with Ram Rodriguez from Artista Cigars. Myself and Mitchell will be on there. It's going to be a great show. Wednesday nights. We're back to Wednesday nights, no more Thursdays due to some scheduling stuff. So Wednesday night, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., same place, same time. We'll see you there. Take care, guys.
Peace.